Hey, what's up, YouTube? We're gonna be watching 5 extinct animals that we still have seen footage of.
More than 99% of all organisms that have ever existed
Tell me if you guys can't hear it.
are now extinct. Most of these organisms were wiped out by mass extinction events, such as the one that wiped out most non-avian dinosaurs. Some signs.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I wouldn't think dinosaurs are real if they didn't have evidence. No disrespect, but if you told me that these shits were real and there's just no proof, I'm looking at you like, you may think they're real because you saw them, and I'm not going to doubt that. But I'm not going to sit here and put up with that nonsense as well. I'm just putting that out there. I'm just putting that out there.
Scientists argue that we are currently going through a 6th mass extinction event, and this is all because of the impacts that we humans are having on the planet. Humans have driven up the rate of biological extinction, and it's currently several hundred times higher than historical rates.
You know the crazy part is, we humans get blamed for what happens to the animals, which is understandable, and I could see that. But at the same time, if we don't do what we're doing, well, we could do it at a slower rate. We really could. We do shit mad efficiently. We could do it at a slower rate. But at the same time, it's just like, even if we were to do it at a slower rate, it's still going to end up happening. But like houses, cars, like certain shit are just basic necessities that you now need in everyday life. Unfortunately. Like you're not going to see someone in the middle of Boston on a highway riding a horse. There's just no, bro. Just no. But then again, the cars are killing our environment, which is also hurting the animals. And then you also got mad plastic in the ocean. So it's just like, you know, tit for tat.
Humans can cause extinctions in a very direct way by overhunting or overharvesting, and we can also cause extinctions in a less direct way by introducing non-native species into ecosystems where they don't belong, and by destroying habitats and polluting. When a very iconic animal goes extinct, it can be a very tragic and depressing event, but in the case of some more recent extinctions, we do have something to remember them by. Luckily for some of the animals that have gone extinct in the past century, there is still some footage that remains. This footage can be both haunting and fascinating, and I will be featuring just a few clips in this video, as I will be going through 5 extinct animals that we still have footage of. For our first extinct animal,
don't forget to follow if you're watching.
We will be heading over to China, as we have the Baiji dolphin. This dolphin was a species of freshwater dolphin, and it was native to the Yangtze River system in China. It has a very similar body shape and appearance to the Amazon River dolphin, but it was slightly smaller. Like other river dolphins, its diet mainly, if not entirely, consisted of fish, and as the Yangtze tends to be quite murky, it mostly relied on echolocation to find food. The Baiji dolphin is currently...
Yo, it said, dolphins are so fucking smart. It said echolocation. But damn, how did let the cousin go extinct like that? Other dolphins are... It said the cousin's alive, but this one's dead.
Listed as critically endangered, possibly extinct, as it hasn't been seen in over 40 years. As you might be able...
Wait a minute. They said possibly be extinct. So it could... No bull. Dolphins are mad fucking smart. So they probably generally could just be hiding from the humans. Because they understand that they're getting killed off. Because dolphins are mad smart. Like if you do your research or you just understand like dolphins, you would know they're up there with the IQ level. They understand. They understand.
Able to guess this dolphin's decline was all down to humans, and there really are quite a few factors that led to its extinction. During the Great Leap Forward movement, it was hunted for its flesh and its skin, and because of this, it soon became scarce. It would also often get tangled in fishing gear, and many were lost due to collisions with boats and ships. If these factors weren't enough, there was one more that would wipe out these dolphins, and that's China's obsession with building dams. Although hydroelectric dams seem like a very clean source of energy, they can completely wipe out large river-dwelling species. If migratory species are not able to easily swim up and down a river, it can affect the way that they breed and find food.
Oh, that's
crazy.
crazy.
This is exactly the reason why the Chinese paddle...
Yo, that shit got no eyes. Yo, am I tripping? Or that got no eyes, chat? Chinese paddlefish? What about this paddles?
Fish went extinct, and it also led to the extinction of the Baiji too. Even though this dolphin is gone, we still have some very grainy footage, and it really is a shame that we're responsible for its extinction. Before our next animal, we will be heading over to North America, as we have the heath hen.
Ooh.
The heath hen wasn't a species of bird, but instead it was a subspecies of the greater prairie chicken. It was once found from New Hampshire to Virginia, but today it has...
Yo, all my New Hampshire and Virginia people, what's up? Now let me stop. But what the... I wonder... Wait, this is stupid, but like, are hens the ones that lay eggs or is it chickens? This is so bad, y'all. I'm a college student. I feel like I should know that. But at the same time, I just can't remember.
It's completely disappeared. It was once found in the heathland barrens of coastal North America, and they were extremely common in their habitats during colonial times. It's speculated that the first Thanksgiving dinner featured heath hens and not wild turkeys. But by the late 18th century, the heath hen had a reputation of being a poor man's food.
That's messed up. And all I'm thinking is, did it taste good though? Like, why was it like, damn, they said a poor people. Well, poor man's food.
Like many other animals of its time in North America, its population declined rapidly due to hunting pressure. They were hunted relentlessly for sport and food, and they also had to deal with introduced diseases and predators. By the late 19th century, there were only around 70 left, and they were declared extinct in 1932. Luckily, we still have some black and white footage of them, and as they were a subspecies, there are still plenty of birds alive today that look completely like them.
Wait, so how do you know if it gone extinct if there's other birds that look completely like them? Like, I'm just so confused. Like, how do you know it's not the same exact bird? Or how do you know the bird hasn't evolved? Or how do you know there wasn't one bird that got, like, flew across the whole entire country type junk? You know what I mean? Like, how did you determine there was only 70 left? Like, how does that happen?
Before our next species, we will be heading over to Costa Rica, as we have the golden toad.
Ooh! Yo, that was pretty. Hold on, go back. It's probably poisonous, though. I know the prettier they are, they're usually more poisonous.
Species, we will be heading over to Costa Rica, as we have...
Look at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy. Golden toad. I'm not gonna lie. I can see how it looks golden, but it kind of looks orange at the same time.
Have the golden toad. This toad was once found in a high-altitude region of Costa Rica, and it was endemic to a small area of cloud forest. It's commonly considered the poster child of the amphibian decline crisis, and this crisis is still going on today. Since the 1980s, amphibian numbers have been declining at an astonishing rate, and this is mostly due down to habitat loss, pollution, pesticide use, and citrid fungus. When this fungus infects amphibians, it can cause mass mortalities, and there's little that can be done to stop it. It's unknown exactly what caused the extinction of the golden toad, but there are a few leading theories. It's thought that the fungus could have played a part, but it also suffered declines due to airborne pollution and global warming. As it was only found in such a small area, it was very vulnerable to extinction, as it could have only taken one disease to wipe it out. This toad...
Damn. They said it only took one disease to kill him. Yo, imagine if we were that fragile, though. Y'all, like, if humans were like that. Well, actually, there was the plague. But that was before, you know, modern medicine and stuff. Like, oh, then again, it's... I don't know, because animals, they have, like, natural instinct. Like, a certain... like, I feel like it's a different level of common sense than, like, human beings. Like, it's just built in them hereditary. Like, they just know to do that. So, I don't know. That's just crazy, though.
Toad was first described in 1966, and it was declared extinct only 23 years later in 1989. This just shows us how rapid the golden toad's disappearance was. And today, unfortunately, many other amphibians are suffering the same fate. Before our next species, we can head over to the southern United States and Cuba.
Also, if you're watching, don't forget to follow. It means a lot. Also, if you mess with the video, don't forget to also interact, y'all. I be texting back. I be chatting back. But this is the bird we've been looking for.
We have the ivory-billed woodpecker. Now, this woodpecker is one of the most famous...
You know, when he said woodpecker, in my head, I was thinking, how much wood can a woodpecker put... Wait, so how did it go? How much wood can a woodpecker peck if a woodpecker... Something like that.
It's famous species of woodpecker in the world, and it's still debated whether it's actually extinct. The IUCN has it listed as critically endangered, but other sources have it listed as extinct.
So I'm confused. How do you have it listed as critically endangered, but then another source has it as extinct? Which one is it? Are they dead or are they not?
The ivory-billed woodpecker was a very iconic species, and it looks very similar in appearance to other woodpeckers, and some of these other woodpeckers are also...
Yo, I didn't even know there's other woodpeckers, and can we just not act like they all look the same in a sense. Definition of cousins.
Extinct. The ivory-billed woodpecker was one of the largest woodpeckers in the world. As I've covered in a very recent video, the species of woodpecker that's thought to be the largest woodpecker in the world is also thought to be extinct. This bird mostly fed on beetles, nuts and fruits, but it didn't have the best relationship with humans. They were hunted for their body parts and their meat, and they were also shot.
You should be ashamed of yourselves, y'all. Damn, bro. Can't even let a bird live in peace. What did the bird do to you? And you know what's crazy is? The bird wasn't even eating, like, meat. It said berries.
Because of logging interests. This logging activity destroyed their habitat and destroyed their nest.
Oh, damn. And you know what's crazy is that's probably... They're breaking all that shit for someone's house. The bird got extinct so someone could live there. That's probably really dead ass happened. The bird got extinct so someone could faithfully live there.
And the last accepted sighting of this bird was in 1987. Since then, there have been lots of false sightings, and this is because, as I've already covered, they do look very similar to other species. It's thought that there still could be a small population living in the wilder parts of Cuba, but for now, this is still unproven. For our final species...
You know what's crazy though? I'm telling you that animals have more of a subconscious than we think. Because if the brethren, most of them are dead, bro, and you're telling me now that you don't know if there's like a few that survived, you probably never seen them. But the simple fact is, they know that the other folks are gone. So, like, they're not going to put themselves in that predicament. That'll make no sense. And I feel like animals are smarter than what we give them credit, y'all. I generally think that.
We'll be heading over to Australia, as we have the thylacine.
Yo, that looks like a cousin to a hyena. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Hyenas are so ugly. They're so ugly.
Now, the thylacine or Tasmanian tiger is probably the best example of an
That shit's a tiger? Oh,
extinct animal that we still have footage of, and it's possibly the most tragic extinction of the past century. One of the factors that makes the thylacine's extinction so upsetting is the fact that it was so unique. It was a carnivorous marsupial, and it had some very iconic markings. The thylacine was the last remaining member of its family, but it was in the same order as many other Australian creatures, such as the quolls, dunnarts, numbat, and Tasmanian.
I'm not to be that person, but where do they come up with these names, y'all? Diarrhea. I can't even say the word. I can't even say that shit. Like, where do they come up with it? And then on top of that, I'm not gonna lie. When they said it was cousins to a tiger or something like that, that threw me off. But it kind of makes sense. And second, it has stripes like a zebra, but not fully stripes, which is weird. It looks like 3 different animals combined. That's what it's dead ass giving. Yo, chat, tell me what 3 animals you think the thylacine I said that so wrong. Is like, no, or like compare it to what would you say? Like, what are 3 animals? And I guess you can keep tiger in it because that's technically what it actually is.
Tasmanian devil. The thylacine mostly preyed on other marsupials such.
Yo, that animal got more lashes than half of the people in this. Nah, let me stop. Stop playing. But yo, the lashes are long though. Where that lash tech is at.
Just kangaroos and wallabies. But they did also target birds and small rodents. The last known living individual died in a zoo in Australia in 1936.
That's so that's aggravating. Like, the man died alone in a zoo, not even in his natural habitat.
And since then, many people around the world have become obsessed with trying to find out if there are still thylacine out there. There were quite a few factors behind the thylacine's decline, as it was affected by the introduction of predators such as dingoes, foxes and cats. And it was also hunted directly by humans because it preyed on livestock. Unfortunately, the thylacine is just one of many native Australian creatures that have gone extinct, and the majority of these animals have gone extinct due to human pressures and invasive species. We are lucky to still have footage of this beautiful creature, and it should go down as a warning that we need to care more about the planet and the animals that we share the planet with.
Don't forget to follow and subscribe, like everything that I'm doing, if you mess with it, of course. Even if you don't, send it to someone else, because I bet one of your friends will.